I just want to tell you this one Berman story because I love telling this story.
Tell it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's about him and one of the things that I think that makes you, Chris, so good at what you're doing right now. And, Macon, we've just met. I'm sure you're just as good.
He's pretty fucking good.
That's right. Yep.
He's pretty good.
But it's being yourself, like the person that, your podcast viewers and anybody else who sees you, Chris, knows that you're not putting on a filter. You are yourself. And the most successful people in broadcasting I've ever met are the same people off the air as you see on the air. Dan Patrick is a perfect example. Olbermann, Stewart, and Berman. And Berman, when I first got to ESPN, it was 1996. I was 26 years old. I had just had a year and a half in the business at a small market in Redding, California, Redding Chico market. It's entirely possible Aaron Rodgers was watching me do my sportscast, when he was barely, in middle school. So at any rate, I get the call. They found me there, and it literally was like lightning struck. Like I won the lottery. And I'm age 26 and this is what I wanted to do. That's why I did stand up in college and then mixed it with my love of sports casting. And voila, that was my goal, to be on SportsCenter. And it happened and it was unbelievable, but it was head turning. As soon as I got there, I didn't know how to work my way in with these titans, Robin Roberts, Charlie Steiner. That was when Kilborn was at his height. When I walked
he's still at his height to me. I know you're not saying that, but his Instagram is the greatest. His Instagram is up there. I don't know if I want SportsCenter Kilby or Instagram Kilby.
Instagram Kilby is just like SportsCenter.
Okay, good. Okay.
It really is. And I had him here 3 years ago when SportsCenter had like their big anniversary, or ESPN had their big anniversary 30th year, and I didn't get invited, neither did him. So I basically call, he's the Greta Garbo of sportscasting. I got him and to come in here, and he hadn't been on TV in years. And, we drank martinis together to toast it. And it was a great hour of search out on YouTube. It's unbelievable when he was here.
Watch that tonight. Yeah, I love Craig Kilborn.
Long story short is at ESPN, I don't know if they do this anymore. Again, I haven't been there in 18 years now. Or 19. So they have these banners, these banners that say ESPN Worldwide Leader in Sports that ESPN would hang over, the side of a baseball stadium or wherever to let you know who's broadcasting the game. So these banners would be hung up on prefabricated cubicle walls that would create hallways at ESPN. And it would say a sign saying, for on-air talent to please sign for charity. And they would tell you what charity it was. And they'd have a Sharpie hanging there. And I was there, and I'd been started doing some sports centers, and I just didn't want any of those people I just saw, just told you about, seeing me sign something, like some 26-year-old signing this as if I'm putting my name next to Dan Patrick's, right?
Yeah.
I was really self-conscious about it. So about a week into my tenure there, I'm doing a 7:00 SportsCenter on a Sunday night, and Berman is doing the Baseball Tonight after it. And he's in the makeup chair before me. And I walk in and I just say, you're the perfect person to ask this question, Chris. And I'd never met him before. And I said to him, I'm Rich Eisen. He goes, I know who you are. He goes, what's your question? So I told him my problem, I'm like, how many sports centers do I have to do before I'm considered worthy enough to sign these banners? Yeah. And he goes, how many have you done? 1? And I'm like, about 6. And he goes, fuck it, sign them all.
Your Berman impression is pretty good too.
It's really, fuck it, sign them all. Yeah. And so I just turned around, heel turned, and I went down the row, signed 12 of them. And he couldn't have been more amazing to say that to me. He could have totally
big leagued you.
Yeah. Or he could have done what Dan Patrick did to me, which is stand next to me.
Yeah.
While I'm looking at all, because again, the tapes that would come up from the 11 o'clock Sports Center from the control room. They would be in this big plastic bin.
Yeah.
And it would be my job to take them out and put them in so I could see them before going on the air. And you bet I was going to do that as a 26-year-old. I was going to see every last one of them. I wasn't going to just roll the dice like the one I told you about in the World Series 5 years later.
Yeah.
But so I'm standing there and I'm looking at these tapes and I just feel like this presence to my left, just stand there. And I look up and it's Dan Patrick. And he says to me, "So, you nervous?"
Hey, man.
And I just wanted to curse him out,
Yeah.
But, I took it to mean like Dan Patrick was giving me shit. And he still does this like 25 years later. I feel the same way.
They should really do a Sports Center movie. I don't know if it would actually sell, but I'd want to see like what it was like at the office back in those days with the personalities that we came to know as like Sports Center icons. Okay, write that down, Sports Center movie.